they found success with it.
This patch, or you mean last in OWPS?
Here, in APAC.
A little bit.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like shut down. You know, a lot of people are expecting you need that Mercy there, you need that res, but no, if you just kill the Mercy outright first, you're fine to move forward and continue winning the team fight. But our first map, as we've done all day long, we're going to Nepal for our control map here, this matchup between MT1 and AHQ. And I believe, yeah, we saw them earlier when it was on Sanctum. They were the team that started it off with that triple tank style. Did return in the other matchup just before this, Blank versus AF. Now, hey, they started it off on Sanctum. We're going to go to Sanctum to start off this one.
Who do you think's job is to go put those ribbons on top of Sanctum? Like, who's the guy that has to climb up there and, like, you know, like change the light bulbs on top of the radio towers so, like, airplanes don't hit them?
The crazy people.
Or do they Omnics just float up there?
They just float.
Ooh.
I mean,
Like
they
a
okay.
Pharah, maybe?
If they can make these statues float, those gold statues float, then they can make anything float.
Huh.
We're running the Pharah here on
Magnets.
Sanctum.
Okay. So yeah, they're going back to their roots of their Far Mercy early season of OWPS Summer. This is what found them some success, but right now they're facing off against Orisa and Hog. Inside of AHQ, they're pushing forward. They do have a Junkrat, but no one there really to deal with this far. Malala just playing on the outside. He's playing pretty aggressively, and this is where we're talking about the positioning out of him. He likes to go in close to make sure he connects with these rockets. Now, we did get the kill onto Dizzy, who did fall, receive the res, is going to be able to get that counter kill onto Crystal.
Don't tell me AHQ are going to win this fight. I honestly did not expect that. With Malanlan against a team that has like a defensive, like sentry kind of composition to defend with, he did so much damage coming in from the backside. How? Okay, they're eventually going to win it and take the point, but still, like that should have been not that close.
Yeah, the big mistake was that they didn't really play on their comp. They went too aggressive. They thought they could get the executions, but they didn't. They went in close quarters with their Pharah Mercy, and the Hog and the Junkrat really took like a lot effect there.
Luckily, Malanlan was just able to get two amazing kills. It was off camera, but still. Now, he's got the barrage, and they're just playing this choke. They just want to make sure they battle for every single inch as they move forward. The barrage only going to get DMEC, but the Orb of Discord is there, but not quite with the rockets. And still, they're putting a halt to this push.
I like the way they're playing it. They're not even giving their opponent a chance to walk out with their hits, going to get the kill on the Pharah, which is really smart.
Just spamming the corners is going to force out the res as Dizzy is brought back into this. But Malanlan coming alive once again with this Pharah. Unturned on Diva duty here, as they do when they swap off between these two DPS players.
It's looking pretty good though. Pharah Mercy is pretty unconventional start to this kind of map, but it's obviously playing to their strengths and it's working out, so more power to them.
Now the ultimates. It's going to be another barrage from Malanlan as Unturned has that self-destruct. It's going to be up to Dizzy, really. He's the only one that can deal with this air combo out of Marblu. Malanlan. There's the barrage. He got largely eaten up by the defense matrix, but the Transcendence is there from Karis to try and battle back into this. Dizzy not able to connect with that Deadeye, but Unturned comes in. Great positioning with that Diva self-destruct. Picks up 2 kills. That's going to force them back. Self-destruct coming out from Hehe, though.
I just love the way that MT1 are playing this, though. I mean, having the Pharah stop them from getting out of any sort of exit. I mean, yeah, you're playing a little bit aggressive with it, but you're doing some really good damage to them. You never let Dizzy get a spot to ever contest you.
Already, it's at 99% overtime, ticking away. Crapey makes his way onto the point just to get the res onto Eric, but instantly the Pulse Bomb is what he's going to take to the chest as he falls. And with that, it's going to be the 100-0 here on Sanctum for MT1.
I think it can't be said enough how Malanlan played that point. He played really line of sight. He didn't give McCree even a chance to kill him, and just the zoning potential of the Rockets made a really big difference, and they couldn't even get in a good clean fight.
And even then, you have to give credit to, I guess, the rest of the team, because he's locking down one exit, but you're not locking down both, right?
Exactly.
And that means the team was, I think it was Unturned, the Diva was rotating around quite a bit to be able to stop them from just freely coming out the other direction. So I don't know, all in all, it's a really good read by MT1 and just like good clear communication, I think.
I think we talked about teams playing to their strengths earlier, and I think that's something you're seeing MT1 do here. I think they were, the last match, they were maybe trying to out of their comfort zone a little bit too much, and they're going back to their roots with a Pharah Mercy.
I mean, if you play 6 weeks, no, 9 weeks of this and you can't make Far Mercy like decent, I would question yourself as a player, to be honest. But yeah, MT1 really showing that the Far Mercy is still pretty good.
Yeah, so a little bit of a mix-up in the composition for AHQ as Rapid is now on that Tracer. He's going to have to face off against Crystal. We saw him come alive earlier on in the matchup against Blank, but it's Malanlan now. Just getting 3 rockets off. Dizzy dropped down low. That was a damage-boosted rocket that almost took him out. Now Unturned dropped a little bit low himself on that D.Va. Might actually lose the mech. He will get D-mech'd as Dizzy now moving forward. We have Rapid on the outside with this Tracer. There is Wreckful. He was the recipient of the Orb of Discord and he fell, but during that time, MT1 were able to gain control of the point. Ooh.
I don't even know, like, how as a Mercy you could ever predict, like, the Tracer's are randomly going to be behind you like that, and you're going to be Discord like the perfect time. That's just really unfortunate for Marblue. But again, Malanlan, I mean, this is something we talked about a lot, right, Jimerson, is that Malanlan puts Marblue in really bad positions because of how aggressive he likes to play.
Yeah.
And that was the problem that MT1 had, you know, coming into OWPS, which is why we saw Unturned come in instead of Kuzan.
So now, already 30% gained by MT1 here. They want to get this 2-0 and move on, get that W for themselves here in the APAC Premier. Oh man, that was a great play coming out from Hehe, just dashing right into Malanlan. That's going to force out the res as Malanlan falls once again. Dizzy connecting with those headshots. And still, they do have the Valkyrie. Never mind, Marblue has fallen, and so now this is AHQ's fight to win.
They got a sound barrier for the side of MT1. PP still could have used it. Instead, just going to drag that one out. 55% built up, that's still pretty good. And now McGravy, we talked so many times about like Pharah. Holding a point is really good. Retaking a point in Pharah is very difficult. But how do you think MT1 are going to use the Pharah here to actually retake this?
I think they're going to play their fair a little safer here, and they're going to use those rockets. It's kind of like a line of fire, and they'll kind of play right behind that, and then push them into the rockets, and they'll look for an execute off that.
You do see they are trying to hurl them in as they come in from the inside track. The dive caught by Hehe as the sound barrier comes out, but it's Crystal that gets the first crucial pick onto Crepey. There's even the barrage to take out Eric along with Dizzy. Just like that, MT1, their communication just on point here. The point still being contested right now, but it's just cleanup duty for Malanlan and Wreckful as they get rid of them all.
They made the retake look easy.
Yeah, you kind of want to wonder, like, where's Dizzy been? I mean, it's hard to put like a lot of. It sucks because we put a lot of pressure onto like the hit scan to deal with the Pharah, and I mean, to be fair, it's really hard to deal with Pharah even as a hit scan. You have to hit a lot of shots sequentially, and you have to really hope that Carries is going to be able to get that Discord onto the right man. But Malanlan, the way he's been playing Pharah, he's been really safe. He's not been allowing Dizzy to get a lot of these shots off.
Oh, Rapid forced out into the open, allowing Malanlan to connect with that rocket. So now Unturned aggression here, pushing them back toward their spawn. Not even gonna get D-Mech. It's gonna force out the self-destruct. It's at 90% for MT1 here.
You're seeing something really cool from Unturned here, where he's playing off these ledges on the roof, and he's kind of coming down as an execute. It's like a fly without a fly. It's really neat to look at.
Old school Miro with Winston. That's exactly what he did on this map back last year here at APAC. Malanlan used the barrage on the point. They've cleaned up the majority of AHQ is already at 99% and taking away. The overtime is dragged out. And MT1, very convincing, very quick to call.
Yeah, you could definitely tell that MT1 was playing to their strengths here with the Fair Mercy, and it showed. They played really well. Malanlan was hitting his rockets, and pretty clean game overall.
Yeah, and we were talking about the disconnect usually between Malanlan and Crystal, but it looks like they might have cleaned up that line of communication. We saw there when Rapid, he was trying to take the 1v1 against Crystal over by Mega, but was forced out. But already Malanlan was ready as he was on the retreat. Rockets were coming down from that exit and it connected onto him, taking him out of that fight at a crucial point when it was about 95%, 80%. And so MT1 looking rejuvenated.
Yeah, they're looking good. Obviously, this is still a Pride match, of course, talking about playing for, who's not last, but obviously it means a lot for these guys. You can see they're coming back to their roots, making sure they play really clean, really methodical.
All right, now we'll see map number 2 shortly after this break. 上一个路霸再刷一个，还有一
这
个，
个就已经没了这步团。
是的，哇！
一招踏空斩，
再收掉，
连杀对方3名。
哎呦，这个位置太舒服了，
对，
炸弹
后面已经是被2个肉卡死，然后后面特意这边黄子伦已经下载轮胎滚起来了，
问了半天，一个轮胎炸死3个，
收场收人。啊，这个突突奶柱就直接赢了。是的，漂亮哇！这边全是碎血，再来一个，买1送1，漂亮。
我们今年马刀来讲有优势，挂球直接带走，再一刀 ，Jason。
有机会，拔刀没有？不红拔，这个样子有可能天使跟76全部要死。
哎，斩了一个开大的76号，
漂亮，拔的刀被睡的。
哦，一刀2断
，3个4个
5杀。
战果击杀掉 AHQ 跟比安卡的机甲，小给虽然倒地了，不过闪电狼整体人数还是比较多，这一波的趋前追击，把对方
所有的技能都交出去，现在关键的双 C 大招，不过一波的起火，麦克雷这边没有办法交出神射手就倒了。
哇，这一波防
擅自的往前贴。
哇
，One Fact 这一枪非常有水准，击杀掉 Raymond，
再带走了 Junkie， 及时的保护下来，但是现在关键点来到点上进行混战，铁拳的完整强度就要发挥出来了。
是的，这个时候铁拳非常厉害，
自爆炸了2个人，
是，但这个武器一爆
要被带走了，带了一个。
Welcome back, and our MVP, I don't think it's any surprise here, is going to be Malanlan, the side of MT1. His Pharah play just absolutely controlling the ground there on Nepal. What was he doing right, McGravy?
I think, like I said before on Sanctum, he was making sure he wasn't overcommitting by playing like aggressive angles. He wasn't even giving Dizzy a chance to kind of shoot him down. So he was using those safe angles, getting the spam in, and just make sure he was playing his role really well.
Yeah, take a look already. This is the opening volleys, and there we go. Those are the frags that we missed, where he was just able to connect rocket after rocket. That's why he built up the barrage so fast. Now, Malanlan, we did criticize his fire play because of how aggressive he is, but now Mercy, she's a bit more slippery for the change to how the Guardian Angel works. And so we're seeing that, you know, the Mercy's able to stay alive a bit more than we're used to seeing coming out from MT1.
I was trying to remember if it was MT1 or FTD that we remember casting an Ilios game where like the Pharah would hit a rocket and there was no follow-up and they would just kind of ignore them. And that was FTD, unfortunately, but I was thinking of. But Malanlan, I mean, he showed his mastery of Pharah. I don't know if he's going to be able to continue to play that across all the maps. We know Dizzy can play Widowmaker, not to the extent of AHQ up if you watch any of the OPC matches, but he can definitely play it. And I think AHQ can be a little bit more prepared to deal with the Pharah. Because I think the next map coming up, you know, if it's going to be on Escort,
yeah,
almost every map has a lot more open area.
I mean,
a lot more freedom to play a hit scan.
In our pool, it's Gibraltar, Route 66, or Junkertown. We've seen, you know, Pharahs can be played on 66 or on Junkertown. We haven't seen Gibraltar quite yet.
We haven't seen it yet at all.
We haven't.
Considering we saw it so often in OWPS,
yeah,
I'm actually happy we're not seeing it now finally.
Yeah.
It's not one of my favorite maps, personally.
Okay. But yeah, we're loading up onto the second map. It's going to be Escort, and I think you guys got a little bit of a glimpse of it there on one of the players' screens. It is going to be Route 66. And now, do you think this is the right pick coming out from AHQ?
I think so. I think they were kind of scared of the fair a little bit, and this has like a really wide open kind of, it has tall skyboxes, but you really have to kind of commit in the air, and I think they're looking to avoid that.
It seems like AHQ wanted to play like more hit scan oriented maps. They can run like the trades through the soldiers and let the soldier sit back a little bit more freely. I still say AF is probably the team that's done this the best so far on this map. That first point defense with how Atune sat so far back that if you ever dope him and you died, there was no way you're going to get rezzed, and you almost guarantee had a lost fight off the back of that.
I mean, we saw that also MT1 versus Blink earlier today. Huss on the Soldier 76 on that first point defense. He was holding back all the way at bridge where, you know, you used to have the Ana hangout when, well, you used to see Anas in this game. And now we are loaded up. It's going to be Route 66, scenic Route 66. I used to live by Route 66 in Rancho Cucamonga, California.
Oh, that's a name I haven't heard in forever.
Rancho?
Rancho Cucamonga?
Yeah.
So. I wonder if people like outside of the United States think that's like a made-up place, because the name
like
is
one.
Yeah, the name sounds made up.
Yeah, no, whenever I used to tell people, it was like, oh yeah, from Friday. Or Friday after next Friday? Yeah.
There you go.
That's the only like form
I
of
didn't know we
notoriety
watched that
we have.
series again. That was really good.
Yeah. All right, so now
Nice
we are
team.
loaded up. It's going to be AHQ on the offensive end. Kara's just going to go for that scouting arrow there before he swaps off onto the Zenyatta. So they're going to go for this double hit scan. McCree, Dizzy manning that once again, but double hit scan with a little bit of a different form here. Ooh, Kara starts it off, excuse me, as Crystal's brought down, and they've got the res instantly to bring him back up.
3:05 is going to be the time for Marbu to have the res available, and HQ still have about 20 seconds left to force the fight. Unturned falling, there's going to be no res there, and this is a fight that HQ can almost certainly not lose.
Yeah, Karis once again on that Zenyatta. Now Crystal has to be careful here, but it's going to be PP. The Zenyatta's the only one's getting the kill so far on this map.
Why did they not dive that like right away? They killed both DPS. Crystal, when he eventually got res backed up, but he was by himself. No, that's going to be Eric getting rezzed up out of Crappy, and they're going to back away, actually. Even though they have the first frag and they had the second one, they're not going to win this fight.
Crystal going for a very ambitious tactical visor here, puts himself in harm's way, and he will fall along with Marblu. MT1 getting way aggressive, being absolutely punished by AHQ.
Yeah, it's weird. Sometimes they're over-respecting each other, and then sometimes they're under-respecting each other. It's kind of finding a hard balance between these fights right now.
See, that's why I always play just no respect. It's probably why I'm dead half the time. Okay, 3/4 of the time. But we have a Transcendence up for PP. We have also the Valkyrie up for Marblu. So they have support ultimates to contest this, and they should certainly be doing that. Post one comes in a rapid, he flanks all the way around, looking for Malama to finish him up. It's going to be Dizzy. HQ, strong start, looking good.
Yeah, the res comes out from Marblu here. The double res, but the Deadeye is right back to even this out, and they're going to push forward. Flashbang not quite connected on PP, but the headshots do, taking him out. And with that, AHQ, they'll secure first and move on to the second phase here on Route 66.
Well, there's Dizzy. He just popped off. He just killed the whole team.
I like how they kept pushing. He's like, where's more? Where's the next one? Where's my next meal coming from?
Yeah, that's the hype coming up. Like, yeah, this is the play of the game right
and
here. I got to keep holding W.
And they're all dead. There's no one left to kill Dizzy. With Hope another chance in a second. Crystal on the McCree. Switching off the soldier from before. So he had to actually... Did he have it the last two fights or just the last fight? Because he has 70% built up.
It's McCree.
A lot.
There we go. Rapid now. Able to get the kill onto Unturned, but Milanlan tries to answer back. We'll see. Unturned just might be in an unresable position. Never mind. Marblu's going to go for it, but he pays for his efforts there. As the Diva is able to take him out, but Crystal, he's got that Deadeye, was able to take out Mercy on the opposite end, and now it's Crystal popping off. Just trading between these two McCrees.
Come on, Crystal. Come on, Crystal. Don't let it be over. Get the play of the game. Steal it from Dizzy. No, carries. We'll kill him eventually. The payload should get some distance here. PP's still alive, and PP does get the kill on the Dizzy. But HQ gonna get the reinforce.
I'm surprised Crystal didn't switch a Genji here. We saw it earlier today when they played against Blank that he ended up switching versus the Genji when they had a McCree, but maybe he just wants to prove that he is the better McCree.
Oh, it's like when you see Widow on the field, right?
Yeah, it's like a pride thing a little bit.
All right, now the high ground controlled by Dizzy here. He does have Crapey damage boosting him, pocketing him now. Again, we're having the McCree off right now. It's going to be a duel at high noon. But there it is, Dizzy with the Deadeye has connected. Self-destruct is coming out. That's going to allow him to get the kill onto Milanlan, who was out of his mech, but Unturned answers right on back.
You look for a second kill too. It's going to be Crippy there to actually get the healing and the resin. So undoing all the work that Unturned has done, but Crystal gets the kill on a carries. He just gets one with his Deadeye. And MT1 are holding. AHQ forced to run away as Hehe and Rapid are the last two alive. I don't know. I actually don't know which McCree's been playing better so far. You know, Dizzy and Crystal have both had their individual moments. I think Crystal has the advantage of playing like defensive here and having a lot more protection.
A little bit of an issue I have there is that we're trying to heal up Hehe. Crapey already has his res, or excuse me, has his Valkyrie, while Karis, never mind, it doesn't matter. He's just gonna hit headshots, and he's gonna have his Transcendence there. There it is again, Crystal forced out. It's gonna be the res, but it's PP answering right back. These Zenyatta's just trading back and forth between each other. Res is coming out from both sides. We do have the Valkyrie being used. Rapid now onto the back line. He's trying to go after PP, but man, these Zenyatta's are just connecting with all of their shots.
I mean, AHQ has got to do a better job on finishing up on these kills that Karis is getting. He got 2 opening right clicks.
Yeah. 2
back-to-back kills, and they can't end up winning these fights. It's actually, I know he's got to be disappointed. I'd be a little tilted if I were him.
This is where you ask for DPS yourself, right?
Yeah.
As a Zenyatta. Let me.
God, every ranked game I've ever been in.
Ooh, Dizzy.
Yeah, he's got that damage boost. I mean, we've seen it before, the McLady composition. Now, it's Milanlan, barely able to make it back into his mech, but he's going to receive that pulse bomb, and he will ultimately fall, opening up a window of opportunity for MT1. Crystal, try to find an angle with this McCree. Has to be careful now as he backs away.
16 HP. He's got Deadeye, he's got a Mega. He'll be fine. He does have 3 big ultimates too. The Transcendence out of PP is not going to really do much to counter Dizzy. And the Deadeye that he can bring Unturned did throw off a pulse bomb. Looks like he was not able to connect and getting on the high ground here. No targets to really hit, but at least zones them away.
Yeah, and Eric, he spotted out Crystal with that Deadeye, jumps on top of him. The res does come out from Marblu. So resetting this fight into a 6v6. It's Dizzy still on the high ground. PP once again punishing Eric for his over-aggression, and now they're starting to fall back as Rapid will lose that TVT.
It's like everyone wants to have their moment to pop off. Like we saw it was McCree's first, now it's Zen's.
I want to say both Zenyatta's might have gold eliminations at this point.
Yeah, they're both playing really well. I would say for AHQ, I feel like every fight, someone's had a really good moment. It just feels like everybody else just doesn't do anything.
You need them to like peak at the same time,
exactly.
But they're not. Now we do have a self-destruct is Unturned, able to take out Karis, but no, they're going to res him back into this as the payload. There's 3 members on it right now. Pulse Bomb gets eaten up. Unturned not able to connect with it now. They have to contest. Someone has to get onto the point, but no, they're not going to be able to quite yet.
That one certainly was going to be a stick too. And AHQ's going to cross the line to get into 3rd point with a minute 30 remaining. Marblu has Valkyrie. Crystal as well has a Deadeye. I still like to see some Rhine here. I don't know. We haven't seen much Rhine lately over the course of this entire tournament. I still say Rhine on 3rd point is like still ridiculously good. Your shield basically covers the entire entrance.
Kaiser's just backstage, your biggest fan right now, Jason.
Oh, I'm his biggest fan.
Buff Reinhardt.
Oh boy, Dizzy. Able to make it out of harm's way there with a sliver of HP, but Rapey won't now as MT1 posturing aggressively here on the defense.
To kind of further up on my point here for AHQ, I feel like they're relying way too much on individual plays to kind of push through the map instead of actual good teamwork. Because like I said, we fight where carries get 2 solo kills and they can't do anything. There'll be times with Dizzy get 2 solo kills and they can't do anything. They need to make sure they're working on their teamwork here and pushing as a team and following up as a team.
Is that something you saw when you were scrimming against them as well?
Yeah, it was definitely like very apparent.
Dizzy with a nice headshot onto Unturned. There's no way that Marvel tries to go in for this res. Never mind, they're going to create space for him. Milanlan just jumps right on top of Karis. It's going to be the res coming out from Crapey this time to bring back Karis, and why not? He has been franking out, and there it is. Milanlan will fall, but Crystal trying his best to zone them out with this Deadeye. He's going to buy them some time here. He does land some damage. That's the follow-up kill, taking out Eric as the Transcendence comes out from the side of AHQ. Now we're into overtime.
Crystal trying to back away, trying to keep his distance from the enemy team. We have Post Bomb coming out of Rapid, it connects on a PP who's only 50% towards that Transcendence, and he even connects on the Marblu. So now both supports down for MT1 as everyone has started to fall. And AHQ in the overtime push are going to get some serious distance down. Can they translate this though into a completion?
coming down to the wire, and that's a great way to start it off. Crystal was the one that was supposed to stall with that Mei, but she has fallen. Rapid was able to take her out. Now, Milanlan does have that self-destruct. He's going to try and buy time with it. It comes out, doesn't connect. No. Crystal will, though, as he has respawned and rejoined this fight, finds the second kill, takes out Grapey, and that is huge. Flashbang mid-air, but Dizzy now. He's going to try and go for that Deadeye, but he has to be careful. There it is. He's got the sixth sense. He heard Unturned behind him, and now they're trying to get back into this, but no one's on the points. It's Rapid. That was close.
From a spectator point of view, it's kind of hard to tell what's going wrong in these fights. I feel like Dizzy opens up with a headshot, they lose a fight. Carries opens up with a right click, they lose a fight. There's something that we're not seeing here in between the team, whether it's communication or just the overall teamwork. I'm not finding it.
I'm just thinking like, welcome to our lives. As a caster. That's right. And you wonder why we get so frustrated when people are so hard on us. Like, yeah, let me just tell you exactly what's going on within the communication of the team. You know, and tell you what they're saying.
It's obviously something.
So I can read their minds.
Yeah, it's obviously something communication-based. When to push in, when to be aggressive, when to fall back. Maybe they're in-game leading, it's not exactly where they want it to be. Maybe they don't even have an in-game leader. You never know.
I would hope so for AHQ. I mean, to be a team who played in OPC for so long, to not be able to, I don't know, like, I wonder if, okay, so the best teams have experienced like every situation, right? And they know how to play off those situations.
Yeah.
The best teams in the world can experience a situation for the first time and be able to like figure out what to do, like know what to do, right?
Right.
I wonder if this is like not necessarily one of the first times we've seen, you know, carries be able to hit shots like this and be able to create openings, or Dizzy as well. But there's clearly like something lacking on AHQ to realize how to play off of those kind of picks. It's clearly not something they typically are used to. But you should know how to, like, you know, make the next step. Like, step one, you see someone get some kills, you should know the step two.
Yeah, you should know when to hit the go button, you know? If you're McCree opens up with 2 kills, you just hold W. Like,
I think Lucio was like a kind of a crutch for that.
Yeah.
Because obviously, it's a lot easier to get somewhere with a speed boost at a Lucio. When you don't have it, you have to hope to be in the right position to capitalize off of that. Because you're not going to be able to jump across the entire map as like a Winston.
Right. And that's where it comes down to teamwork and not having to rely on a single character to kind of dictate the way you play the game.
Right.
Please, Rec will stay on this. Never mind, he's going to swap off, but Crystal will stay with this Widowmaker as Milanlan will flex his way back over to that fire we saw it on Nepal. Used to great effect there. Crystal with the repel shot. Connected, but they don't have to follow up quite yet. Now Milanlan forcing them to play behind these lines of sights. So we'll see if the side of AHQ Dizzy can deal with him.
I'm surprised Milanlan hasn't had much pressure. Like, he's been at full HP for at least the last 10-15 seconds. Finally takes a little bit of chip, but that's going to be from a Diva. Don't know what Dizzy's focusing, but obviously he's under a lot of pressure from Crystal. Can't really afford to peek too many different angles where, you know, Crystal could just take his head off.
Yeah, Milanlan trying his best to find a target here. Now he's going to go aggressive. This is what I'm talking about. That's the go button that they like to push with Milanlan. Just getting super aggressive, down to 10 HP. Survives for now. The payload still not being moved, though, as Rapid is here to contest.
I mean, even in the midst of all this, M2 are still picking up kills. HQ have been down 2-3 men for the majority of this fight. This should be MT1 getting a lot of distance and getting close to Barrage, close to Self-Destruct 2 and Infrasight. If Crystal can get any sort of pick here, HQ won't really be able to contest this.
He already connects one shot.
Oh,
why do you challenge that? Dizzy forcing out the res. Crapey. Will they be able to get on here to contest? Yes, the Diva is there. That's Hee. As the jump comes out, but the Discord and the headshot. It's going to really put Eric at bay here. Ultimately will fall as Dizzy, the recipient of that kill. Reddit, but now he's got the flank. He's behind them. Still, it's MT1 battling back into this.
Don't know how I feel about Crystal just ignoring the Winston of Eric, like right next to him after he headshot with the Discord orb. Malone like a nice barrage kill. And Turn was able to take down Crapey, so there's going to be no mercy, no more chances for Rezzes, and AHQ have lost too many people. You know what, McGravy and Jamerson, during OWPS, we got to see a lot of teams like LGD and MY be able to turn around like 4-on-6 fights. I have not seen that out of AHQ at all. I mean, they had the initial get-go. They had the res advantage, they had Eric, or they had Rek'L at like half HP, and yet they weren't able to turn it into a win.
Yeah, it feels like the case even on their defense earlier, like not their defense, their style offense. And we said like they got the opening picks and they're like 6v4 and they're still finding a way to not push a card, not win fights. And it's obviously not a lack of individual skill, It just, like I said earlier, it's something within the team just not clicking, obviously.
It looks like we're casting like the tier 3 teams from OWPS, Jamerson. Remember, like we would see these long drawn out fights, and there would never be like a clean team kill.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what's happening with AHQ. They're not able to just close the fight out, not focusing the right targets, I guess.
But at this point, you know, you can go for a different kind of strategy, which was what AHQ were doing on that hold on first. Rapid, for some reason, wasn't dying on that Tracer, and he was able to stall that out and stall it out for a good amount of time, for like an extra minute longer than it really should have been. Oh, nice. As he able to hunt down Marblue now. They've got the res advantage. They have the man advantage, so they're going to go aggressive on them. Barrage gets the D-Mech onto Hehe, and now going to be able to fight back. RMT1.
Crystal still on the point. See a lot of people around AHQ though, and looks like they're able to close it out. Dizzy taking Crystal down with himself. He goes down, they go down together, and our Rapid trying to stall for the kill onto Unturned here on the D.Va.
I think you're kind of seeing why they picked Route 66. Like I said earlier, it's kind of a hard fair Mercy map. It's really open, and it allows the hit scans to really have a good crack at killing the fair, and you're seeing that here. They're kind of struggling.
I'm a little sad to not see like triple DPS solo tank, like you guys were doing. You know, with the Pharah, fine, but also run like Unturned on a DPS, which you know, like a Roadhog. He can heal himself.
Right.
Doesn't need, you know, supports there, and he can still do some serious work. Whereas on, you know, the D.Va can't do necessarily as much.
Transcendence out now as they're fighting into a 6v5 fight here. Make that a 6v4 as Malanlan falls to Hehe. It looks like AHQ have come alive. They're going to res Dizzy back into this, but it's just Crystal trying to challenge them, and they're going to be forced back once again.
I'm not sure why, but Crystal's swaps have gone from Genji to McCree, and I think obviously it might have something to do with the match. Doesn't exactly matter. Maybe trying to like expand his hero pool a little bit, do some practice, but he was doing really well on Genji here, so I'm surprised not to see it here.
He played a lot of McCree in OWPS too. I mean, he was mostly like a Tracer McCree soldier until Unturned came in, and then he was allowed to play a little bit more. He's getting some experience, I think, definitely. But I don't think he's a bad McCree at all.
Oh, no,
I just love to see Genji. I'm with you. Like Genji's just so much more of an explosive hero.
Now MT1 tried to make their approach, but a self-destruct stood in their way. Now, the res coming in. They've got the man advantage, but we have Marblue. He does have that Valkyrie. He's going to get the res. Bring Rekful back in, who does have that Primal Rage, as Malanlan takes out Crapey, and now this is what they're looking for. They've got the man advantage. They're starting to double down onto these members of AHQ, chasing them down. As Rapid gets squashed by that Winston.
I really like the comp switch that MC1 made, though. They noticed the fights were kind of brawly and really lasting a long time. When you switch to this triple tank composition with a lot of like living power, you really like outlast the opponent, you notice, with the hooks and the flashbangs, and you have, you know, take a breather with Hog. You just live forever, and it's a really brawly comp.
HQ looking to contest this though. They don't have any ultimates. They're going to have a Visor soon, but they don't have any support ultimates to transition. Eric getting stopped in a great little flashbang, and Crystal does save Marblue for now. And Crystal again, just hitting shots left and right. This man's not missing too often.
Should take him to the carnival when it's all sorts of surprises there. There it is, 2 consecutive shots in a row against really tiny hitbox targets.
Did you ever figure out how old he was? I know you and I were talking about it, McGravy.
Crystal looks like a young player. I'm not sure how old he is exactly, but he's definitely proved himself.
If he is young, like 17, 18, I'm curious to see him in like a year's time.
Exactly. He's actually 39. Yeah. Now Eric tries to go in for the dive, doesn't find anyone there. He's going to face off against this D.Va, but during the meantime, that leaves Crapey very vulnerable as he was getting pocketed up there. It's Crystal that takes him down. Now Unturned, this is his playing field. 1:24 seconds left for MT1. Is now Unturned. He's on that rogue duty, that Maverick duty with the Roadhog, trying to find anything.
Rapid's on his own little flank. He's looking for a Zem. We won't have it though. PP's able to escape with the whole Hog Unturned. Able to keep Eric locked in this room. That's so frustrating to be the Winston in that situation, but carries again. Chimes in, gets a kill on the Crystal. With the Orbit Destruction, he with the self-destruct to throw this one out. We're going to continue this progress. Dizzy, by the way, in the meantime, has switched over to Reaper, and he has his Death Boss up in just a second.
Now, 50 seconds left for MT1. They have to reset here, but no, they're going to get staggered as this D.Va tries to find an exit. There is a Mega, but it's only going to keep him alive for so long as he gets demexed.
Just wishing for death right now.
Kill me, please.
It was has ult though. It was has his mech again.
Yeah.
They should just finish off that kill. But in the meantime, their push is coming back in. Dizzy, Death Blossom coming through, and Unturned just face taking that.
Yeah, that's the great thing about a Roadhog. You just use that take a breather. You can eat that entire thing up, and now he's just going to work his way onto the payload here, try to catch out these stragglers that are trying to retreat. The hook comes in. You cannot heal through that burst. The Mercy just waiting for that res, but doesn't have it, so it's going to be Unturned with another whole hog here as they're trying to find the Mercy out. It's going to be Marblue that takes the MVM, I guess, at that point.
Not to mention he's going to have Valkyrie too. Unturned gets a nice kill onto Eric. Oh, Hog knocking them back at a spawn. Dizzy trying to be pushed away from the payload. He does get launched across the map. Ana being switched to, and Ana now down. Carries falls. The res going to come out to Eric, and Crystal with the Deadeye from the backhand side gets a clean kill.
Now it's just up to this Winston to keep it alive, but he's being batted away. Tracer Rapid, is there for just a moment, but with that, MT1 completed out, and they put their second map on the board.
I have to say, I think Unturned Hog is the best hero I've seen him on today, by far. And he hasn't really played a lot. It's been more of something he's fallen back to, and it's impressed me every time he's done it.
It was impressive in OWPS too. Like Hog was probably one of his most played when he was able to switch to like more of a DPS role, to either Hog or it was Doomfist, which is why we've been so confused to not see him on it more often.
We saw Crystal there, completely unimpressed by his own play of the game on that McCree. Yeah, I mean, this was a really scrappy map between these two teams. The entire way through, we saw that, well, a lot of the Zenyatas, they were just fragging back and forth. Karis opening these fights up, just unfortunately AHQ never able to really bounce back from that. But yeah, we're going to be moving on to map number 3 to see if MT1 can put that first W on the board after this break.
赛，历经1年战火再次点燃，来自国内外的8支顶尖战队蓄势待发，上海国家会展中心正式拉开战幕。谁能缔造全新的传奇？谁又能力斩群雄，勇夺桂冠？10月26日至29日，敬请锁定 APAC 观看赛事直播。
历史属于王者。 你知道我是谁？我上了，准备好。乖乖躺着别动。50秒，又少了一个。毁天灭地，还没受够。
他们来了。
回来的感觉真好。
基本上都是那种套路比较多的队，他们是偏稳健一些，而我们是比他们花样更多。今天我们对阵 AHQ 其实没有什么特殊的战术安排，教练让我们放开了打。
我觉得他们属性跟我们蛮类似的，因为他们常常让人家出其不意。那我觉得我们也是这样子，没错。我对他们最印象深刻的选手是 Unturn， 因为我觉得他一手路霸真的是非常的强。毕竟是最后一场了，那我觉得我们有信心打赢他们，就是不要垫底就对了。
Our MVP for that last map on Route 66, it is going to be MT1's Crystal. And as McCree, I mean, they were trading back and forth really between him and Dizzy, but yeah, he was having some great deadeyes towards the end of the map there. Now, what did you think of his play on the McCree?
I think it was super solid. It's pretty impressive. I talked about him right when this broadcast started that I thought he was the player to look out for on this team, and he's shown he can play Genji, he can play Widow, he can play McCree, he can play Tracer. He's got a lot, and he's done well on all of it, and it's really surprising, and it's super good to see.
That's such a sick shot right there, too.
Yeah.
On the Dizzy.
How would you even peek, though, Dizzy? You know they're in for sights up. Yeah. Crystal. The primary DPS, he's the only one that doesn't really like flex onto tanks. Maybe it's Milanlan, right, who plays the Zarya for them. So it's always just been Dizzy, or excuse me, Crystal
played it, but Milanlan originally was like the Zarya player back at OWPS, and that's why we got such heavy criticism of him playing tanks in general for the team. Crystal, yeah, we saw Crystal Zarya the other day, and it was good. It was really good.
Yeah. So now we're moving on to map number 3. It's going to be Assault. And this is where MT1 can cement their first victory here in APAC 2017. Now, I want to talk about one of the journeys, actually, about the teams to get here. In one of the interviews, I forget which video it was, actually, I want to say Leave, I think, from the side of Miraculous Youngster, who was saying that he was out here in the crowd for APAC 2016.
Yang Zhao.
Yang Zhao, okay, Yang Zhao. He was out here in the crowd for APAC 2016, and that was what was the catalyst for him to, go forward with his professional gaming career. And now take a look at him; he's already going to be in the top 8 of 2017.
That baby McCree.
Yeah.
Give him 10 years, he's gonna be the best McCree out there, I bet.
10 years?
Yeah. Well, I
6.
don't know how old he is.
Yeah, I don't know how old he is either, but I mean, he's already out here cheering on his favorite teams. I hope he comes back soon. His Mercy was fantastic. Yeah?
Maybe he'll do Baby Doom Fist.
Ooh.
That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be cool.
That'd be fantastic. So, we're gonna go to Horizon, and is this our first Horizon sighting?
Ever or today?
Today.
Yeah, today. We've done one of each. This will be one of each.
Okay, yeah. And so, Horizon, one of those maps where teams are still experimenting with. Do you think that there's any kind of composition on offense or defense that's really been solidified here, or is it still kind of like a playground?
I think it's still kind of a playground. I see a lot of teams. I still see teams running the Widow. I've seen teams run the Fair Mercy. I've seen teams run Soldier, Soldier Tracer, Genji Tracer. I feel like just about anything, especially on that first point you can open up with, it could be pretty good.
I want to see back to basics. I want to see what China did in Horizon Lunar Colony of the Death Ball, the Reaper, the Zarya, the Reinhardt. Mix in some Ana, mix in some Mercy, and make it work. But we're not going to be seeing that, at least on the attacking side, which I guess is AHQ. They have a Widow, they have a Tracer.
Yeah, it's going to be Dizzy with the Widowmaker here. Now, there isn't much to really try and mitigate this damage. Dizzy's going to have a lot of opportunities unturned. Does he know something that we don't about AHQ here, as he's just waiting outside the blast doors?
Well, he's just going to flank him right if they go this left-hand side where Milanlan is. And if they go right, then they'll just come in towards this position as well to help defend the point, I'm guessing.
Then they go straight on to the point. It's going to be rapid there, drawing the attention of them back. Dizzy spawns out the Hog, and now unturned. Not in the greatest of positions here, but he does have his Diva to help him try and mitigate some of that damage, and they will make it out safe.
I feel like that's a mistake out of AHQ that you can never let go. He was by himself. He had 2 tanks by themselves. You had, what was it, Milanlan escaping with 70 HP. That was a kill you should have easily confirmed.
Or at least get the DMAC, yeah.
They have a Sombra now.
I think they've had a Sombra since the start.
But I have a Sombra.
Yeah, I do think that they should switch. I think the comp that MT1 is running is a direct counterplay, or you could just do that.
You could just do that indeed, and that's why the offensive Widowmaker is so strong. One kill changes everything here as Marbleu is gone. They don't have the extra healing here, and that's why we're seeing the health bars drop so low. But PP with the Transcendence is going to bring them back into this. It looks like AHQ, they were just way too sensitive after that pick. Tentative, the word I was looking for.
I mean, they can be sensitive too.
Yeah.
Who knows? I would have liked to have seen like a Reaper or something. Like, they don't have a lot of brunt damage. How are they going to deal with a Roadhog? They don't have the burst, which I think, unless Dizzy hits a headshot, I think that's why they couldn't kill Unturned when he was that far pushed up before. They don't have the Reaper. They don't have anyone with shotguns.
They don't have a Zenyatta either. They don't have that Discord orb to throw on him. They're missing a lot of the damage on the tanks, and they have 3 tanks. How are you going to kill them?
Wish them to death?
Maybe they're putting on the EMP them, but he's dead.
They've actually completely ditched the point. I think Crystal's by himself. He needs to survive. He needs to run away as quick as he can, and he's not going to be able to do that. There's going to be no res coming through either, I believe.
Yeah, it's kind of out of position there. It's
behind
very
them?
dangerous.
They all chased. Who was there?
It was the Sombra. They killed the Sombra.
Yeah, but they killed him, but they kept chasing back towards the spawn.
I'm not sure then.
Pulse Bomb came out, and Rapid doesn't connect onto anything, but Eric will be able to chase down Marbleu. That's both supports gone for the defense. So that should be AHQ taking this first point as the Primal Rage is going to be committed just to secure it. Unturned's already trying to make his way on out, but they want to get the staggered kill.
I thought that was more of MT1 kind of throwing away the point than it was AHQ taking the point.
Yeah, no, AHQ didn't do anything impressive to make that happen.
Yeah.
What's up? What'd you see?
5 minutes and 5 seconds now as we move on to point B here. A lot of ultimates online for the side of MT1. But it's only the self-destruct that they're working with for AHQ.
I definitely don't like the Sombra heading in to even second. Like, I don't like it at all, but I think it gets even worse as it goes on. But we'll see how they make it work. Put on the Mega Room on the left.
Just look how spread out though MT1 are. It's like you're going to EP, right? You're not going to get many targets with it at all.
Oh, ho, ho, over the top, Crystal. Hearing the footsteps of Rapid will take him out, forcing them back. Now, Dizzy staying on this Widowmaker. Never mind, he will swap off. There we go.
I'm just not sure. Carey's had such a good performance on Zenyatta. I'm not sure why they would take him off it and play kind of an unorthodox style of solo healer.
Yeah, they could have had like at least 3 Transcendences at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm not agreeing with this either.
They're building EMP at an incredibly slow rate. It's definitely something I'd switch off of, but maybe they're just trying to experiment.
Now Unturned, keeping Rapid in check, making sure this Tracer can't get in for free here. Just checking all the flanking routes, really doing a good job. Due diligence coming out from that Roadhog. Karis in the back, but oh, see, that's what he was looking for. Forces out that translocate instantly as Milanlan with the self-destruct is able to take out Crapey, and now they push forward MT1, committing a lot of ultimates into this, and this is an opportunity for AHQ to punish them.
Creepy did end up using his Valkyrie there, and he died to the D.Va Bomb. And looks like he's gonna not switch. I'm not sure what he's doing there.
Curiouser and Curiouser.
Maybe he was thinking about it? I mean, Crystal switched to Widow.
Yeah, this is what I kind of mean by the teamwork. They're not really sure what they want to do kind of at any given point.
Well, it's a lot of damage coming their way as they do try to peek this high ground, trying to get Dizzy set up, most importantly, to do as much damage as possible. But again, he's not going to have like a healer to go to him. It's not like you're going to be protecting a Zen up there. You can keep each other alive. He's going to be pretty much by himself because Crapey's got to be the one to get in on the point to heal. Sacrifice up for
Turned
Dizzy.
on the flank right now.
Oh boy, Unturned. He's going to kill onto Hehe, and Crapey goes for that res to bring him back into this fight, but there's the hook. He's going to get the D-Mic again, and now this D.Va's just getting staggered.
All right, now they finally make the switch. They realize the EMP is not going to do anything. They're way too spread. They don't have enough damage. They need the Zen. They need the Zen to burn with the Discord through the tanks.
At this point, they wasted 2.5 minutes here. I like what Marbleu's doing, or was doing, with Crystal sitting over at spawn. Yeah, he gets a headshot, takes out the Reaper. They're going to res that back on in, and Unturned is just so aggressive. He got the hook in, but they don't have the follow-up damage onto Eric. But yeah, Crystal's being pocketed right now, but Marbleu is just sitting close to spawn. He knows he needs an extra strategy there, so I like his positioning.
All it takes is Crystal hit another shot since Red's still on a cooldown for another 20 seconds.
Oh, what was that, Crystal? He just sees a blur of a monkey and gets the flick, takes him out. Now the res does come out as the Valkyrie is going to be used on the side of AHQ, but still Crystal is landing these shots. He's connecting as the Transcendence comes out for PP. Now the whole hog is unturned will finally fall.
Yeah, this is going to be MT1 holding yet again. Marvel doesn't need to commit his Valkyrie just yet. Crackful picks himself up a double. And AHQ need to go back to the drawing board. They don't really have a response to Widow. I mean, a counter Widow wouldn't be terrible here, but
this is brutal.
Put some faith in your players. I want to see a Widow. I want to see someone with some confidence. I want to see him take the 1v1. I want to see him win it. And I see the snowball off that.
Take your headphones off, get on stage, man. I believe you can do it.
Yeah, the issue here is that Dizzy, he's been sitting on this tactical visor, and he just wants to find an opportunity to use it, but just hasn't. I mean, MT1, they're doing a good job of just hiding back, and they're catching these dives as they come in. Crystal just landing those shots onto Eric. It's been a headshot every single time he tries to make the entry.
Well, Crystal's eventually going to be forced back to spawn, but like you pointed out before, Jamerson Marble is sticking to both supports as well, so they can get back, get full HP if they need, and switch heroes if they need to on top of that. Finally, the Visor coming through to Dizzy, but it hasn't really accomplished too much. That's going to be at least one man going down. He gets a second, it's Malamon on the ultimate, and Crystal shuts down Rapid during the Death Blossom.
I mean, this is just the Widow's dream at this point, right? No pressure really whatsoever. He's getting free shots off. There's a visor coming out for Crystal. So they've got all the information they can want, and now it's down to 20 seconds. In AHQ, they have almost nothing to push in with.
I feel like I'm watching the old Hard Blue playing right now, because Unturned doesn't even have to play frontline right now. He's actually just hiding and walking to their backline and killing their whole team because they're not paying attention.
I mean, he finally gets punished there, but he's going to get rezzed. They're just stopping them before they can even make it onto the point. It's 30 seconds left, but no one's even near it. It's just the meat grinders, Malanlan with the fusion cannons, able to take them all out. And with that, MT1 put a stop to AHQ.
I feel like there might be a little tilt going on right now, because this teamwork and kind of cohesion's been like just slowly like coming unglued as this series is going on.
You saw teamwork there?
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say this teamwork coming on. I think it's been undone.
Yeah.
For a bit now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just back to basics 101, right? They had no response to the Widow. If Crystal's, feeling it and he's hitting shots, they need some sort of response to him.
There's a little bit of a smirk on his face. We're getting something out of the man there.
If you're not gonna try your best as a team to kind of win on stage, I think you at least try and put a smile on your faces and have fun. Similar to what we did, we were playing for nothing and we just made sure we had fun. We're up there, looking all somber.
I mean, when you're hitting hooks like you were,
it's kind of hard not to smile.
Right? Yeah. I mean, even Fire was smiling as he died like for the 7th time in a row. It's great. But Fire's always smiling. Yeah. But only if you knew I called him Flame like 3 times. Then I don't know.
Only 3?
Smiling. I think it was only 3.
Okay.
I thought it was like twice, but I was gonna aim a little bit higher just to be safe. We go for it if we need. That's Craybeer on your screen. The shrimp skewer or the prawn skewer. That would like almost kill you, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I can't have anything of that sort. Shellfish.
It blows my mind still. We talked about it earlier on as we were trying to get food, and you said, yeah, I'm allergic to shellfish. And I was like, hey, I was like, how allergic? Like, just get a rash? And he's like, oh yeah, my throat just chokes up and I pretty much dead in 10 minutes. I'm like, so where's your EpiPen then? It's like in my backpack. I'm like, well, where's your backpack? Back at the hotel.
You know what?
Living life on the edge.
I like to live life on the edge. Roll the dice.
Actually, Malanlan on the edge of a telescope there. As he's trying to hit someone.
It's on the edge of glory, you know?
All right, triple tank.
Old school comp.
We've seen this.
This is MT1. This is like death ball on this point. We saw actually like China love this kind of composition, though Reaper was kind of like subbed in instead of maybe McCree.
Do you think they have enough defense heroes on AHQ?
No, they need more.
Yeah, so we have the Widowmaker, we have the Torbjorn, and this is exactly what you need to do. Just get right onto the point and pressure them. The hook comes in, but the Fortify is not enough to keep Eric alive. They do have the res, but again, it's a hog sitting on top of him. The res comes out for the Tracer, but it's not going to be enough as they are losing bodies left, right, and center. Unturned. Everywhere he goes, it's just destruction lying in his wake.
Django Unturned.
You have to stop Unturned. You even want to resemble a good defense here. You have to find a way to stop him.
Well, 7 minutes to capture
a third.
I think I'm reading that. Yeah, third right.
Yeah.
Dizzy going Pharah, defensive Pharah.
As you do.
I mean, we've seen it before because you got a lot of high ground to play with, and it's hard to get up there to deal with you. But then again, Crystal's been playing a pretty good McCree.
There we go. That's a great way to stabilize. The pulse bomb comes out. Malonlon's gone. They don't have a mercy on the side of MT1 because they are running that on. But the two-man Deadeye comes out. Karis and Dizzy caught in that, and we have Crepey. He has to break the line of sight here because Crystal is right on top of him. Now unturned, goes in the back line as we do have the dive coming out. They need to stall this out for as long as possible to get the reinforcements. The sound barrier is going to be used by MT1 here. Now they're on the verge of victory as the whole hog is used to deal with this Torbjorn.
Oh. Guts all spewed all over the walls. Yeah. You had to redecorate that room. What else to say, MT1? That's the MT1 we knew. That's the intern that we knew. And we kind of wondered why they haven't showed up earlier on in this tournament, but it's a little too late now.
Good shots from Crystal. It's the second McCree play of the game, right?
Just free. Just absolutely free. He gets the nano boost there. And that's difficult. When the Pharah's right above you, that's one of the hardest shots to hit, but he did it. And that's the win for MT1 up against AHQ. Now we do still have the fourth map, though, after this break, but yeah, it's going to be after this break. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back.
Western 侦测到入侵者。
好了，阿西娜。
我带领守望先锋奋战了20年，人们曾经视我为英雄，那真是一段美好的日子，美好而短暂。
人们认为没有我们，他们的生活会更好，他们甚至把我们当作罪犯。
你为什么要这么做？
他们摧毁了我们这个大家庭。
风云再度变幻，是时候做出选择了。
但是你们看看，现在必须有人站出来，我们必须站出来。
找到什么了？又来捣蛋了吗，亲爱的？
没那么容易。
我们可以再次改变这个世界，这个世界比以往更加需要我们。你们来不来？
Time to change it up.
And our MVP of that last map, I wonder who it's going to be. Oh, imagine that. It's Crystal, guys. And you know what? I think this is this his third MVP in a row? No, Malanlan. Malanlan got it on Nepal. So this is just the second one for Crystal so far. And yeah, his McCree, he's got the hot hands. He's landing those shots over and over and over and over again.
But we have had 3 McCree play of the games. Haven't we?
Just total?
I think so.
Of the series.
Play of the games, yes. Yeah.
I mean, you see here, it's like a Crystal highlight reel. It's not even a team highlight reel. It's just Crystal just killing everybody.
And it's surprising how he has this many clips on a map that went by pretty quickly.
Yeah, that was a fast map.
Now we're moving on to our 4th map here. You know, AHQ, they're taking a loss. Not able to get anything whatsoever here during APAC, but MT1 able to walk away with a victory now. We'll see if they'll be able to get a 4th map here up against them. So it's going to be AHQ's pick as we move on to Hybrid. And yeah, what can AHQ do differently here at this point? Try and get the last final win.
Have fun.
Okay.
That's I promise you, if you're having a bad time, you're tilted, the best you can do as a team is try and have some fun. Whether it's play some unconventional picks, whether it's like maybe loosening up a little bit, you know, spicing up the comms, doing something funny, just having fun and enjoying yourself while you're playing the game can make all the difference for teams.
So like playing Pharah when you have Saini on your team?
Anything, just having fun.
Now you guys are actually playing a lot better once you started like just relaxing and enjoying yourself. You know, had a lot of close maps against Vici. We're moving into the mass map, and it also means we're moving one step closer, Jamerson, to the group draw.
To the group draw, indeed. That's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
I really do want to see how the bracket shapes up, because, I mean, there's so much talent already in the top 4. And then, top 1, 2, 4, 6, I think they're still pretty good. All right. Okay, now.
Hopefully they've gotten better overall. I'll give them that.
Yeah. Our 4th map, we're going to Kings Row once again. Here to close out the group stages. MT1, will they be able to get this 4-0? Will we see any more Bastions? What other wonky compositions can come out? Double Sniper, possibly? Widowmaker along with a Hanzo?
I want to see a Hanzo. I want to see a Hanzo.
Yeah, Hanzo Zarya. We haven't seen
we
that.
saw Unturn's Hanzo.
Yeah, we did. MT1
yeah, we got to see
earlier
Zarya as well.
yeah.
Crystal played it. So we've seen that comp, and it was on King's Row, funny enough. So maybe we'll get to see that out of them again. Then again, maybe we'll see Pentatank.
Sounds like a really cool band. Pentatank.
Well, Pentakill's a band.
Is it it's not a real band.
Yeah.
That's a fictional band.
No, they actually play together.
Oh, it's an actual band?
Yeah, they play together too.
People?
Yeah, they like
instruments?
cosplay everything.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty cool. Looks like HQ's attacking first. No, MT1. I was expecting Pentatank. I was hoping for it. But HQ using the McCree and the Tracer, and Malanlan back on Pharah. And Malanlan, pretty good Pharah. And with them on this high ground here, how are they ever going to leave this position? And again, Dizzy, he's locked into a doorway. He doesn't have the opportunity to assist his team.
They did get the D-Mech onto Unturned, but still, they lost that member. We'll see. Crapey is going to make his way into that room to get the res, but still, they're funneling themselves into a choke point. That's going to allow Malanlan just to shell down damage onto them. They're going to reapproach this, as Rapid finally does get the kill onto Unturned, but that allows them to get the res. Now they're fighting back. Malanlan thought he was going to be able to get that kill and try to change up his target, but man, AHQ, there we go. They're going to be able to establish a defense, but during that time, they gave away a tick.
They're playing the defense relatively well, though. Even though they give a tick, they make sure to play in slow, making sure they give Dizzy the chances to even contest the Pharah. Overall, they're looking a lot better, at least at the start.
I'm actually really surprised they didn't lose the point right away. Because Malanlan did a ridiculous amount of damage. If they were able to kill Crapey as he was transitioning into that room, that should have been a one fight. That's going to be a pulse bomb sticking. There's going to be a res, though. And he's also going to help his Valkyrie off the back of that, get another res up on a Dizzy who died at the exact same time.
Oh, but Crystal with the beautiful tracking there. But during the meantime, Crapey, these DPS Mercies coming in, Malanlan gets taken out. Says, no, I'm not going to be the Mercy to your Pharah. And that's going to force back MT1.
We also are aware that the teams at the very top on the overlay are switched, but luckily in China they put their team tags in their name, which makes it difficult and easy for us to tell who's on what side. But now Crystal waiting for next opportunity to go in. Another pulse bomb almost up already, 80% already built up, and there's a lot of tanks actually burnt down. That's gonna be a self-destruct coming in. I'm not sure it's gonna get too much off of this.
Oh, he got the kill with the remake on to Crystal there.
I always forget that the call mech
That's
actually
what
does
that
damage.
was.
Yeah,
Remember
the call mech does damage.
Yesterday we were like, how
does
they got a
50.
D-Mech kill on his end. No, it was the call.
Yeah, it does 50 damage.
I totally forgot about that. You don't really see it in the kill feed.
I've
often,
only
so
seen it
it's
about
confusing.
like 3 times.
It doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. But there we go. Milanlan, he's gonna have. Well, there's 5 ultimates online for MT1. If they don't win out this team fight, they don't deserve to win on King's Row.
I feel like they've been holding on to the barrage a little, maybe playing a little too passively. Like they got. I don't know why they ever take carries off Zenyatta, to be honest. Like I actually don't understand the logic behind it.
There it is. The barrage is gonna be used to take out Dizzy. And it's gonna be Eric, the recipient of the res, but Transcendence is there, coming out from Karis. Still, the man advantage in favor of MT1. Deadeye doesn't connect into anything, but yeah, Karis once again, he's on anti-air duty, taking Milanlan out of the sky.
I'd like to see Unturned play Hog again. I think Hog, especially on King's Row, is one of the. I don't even know what to say anymore. How sign this man?
Yeah.
Like, give him another team. He's destroying people. He's got more kills than the DPS players do.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, on Route 66 he had like gold elims.
I would like to see the percentage of first kills that he's had in fights.
He's in chat. Hey guys, gold elims is 31. What's going on?
Yeah.
All right, Karis. Let's Rapid this time, contesting the high ground up against MT1, who, the payload, it's getting moved through that choke point right now. Milanlan, not afraid to take this battle, though, forcing them back, and there it is, the damage boosted Rocket Rapid. Brought down, the res instantly forced out, Hee. Well, that's Ron back, though, and the Valkyrie is there for the secondary res for Crapey, and it's Dizzy that takes out Wreckful.
Milanlan's still not being dealt with. Another barrage is almost up, though. Very long, drawn-out fight. Crystal getting healed back up. A turn, still about a 3rd HP. In AHQ, they've lost one of their tanks, so he has to be very careful. But he's gonna have a self-destruct, so he got at least forward to use this to hold him back. Ooh.
Oh, we got caught on the corner.
What did he get caught on? It looked like he was safely inside the bookstore, inside Moriarty's there, but yeah.
Another reason to not go to bookstores.
Why not when you got
like
e-readers?
7 that are left.
There we go, self-destruct. He's gonna catch out onto Dizzy. Does Crapey have the res for that one? They have a Transcendence as they double down and continue to press forward. Crapey gets caught out. It's gonna be Unturned. That finishes him off.
What I'm amazed by is that this series, basically, they have to win. They're both not going for playoffs, and you still hear them yelling. You still hear them giving it their all. I can hear someone screaming target calls from over here through my headphones. It's like, props to them, still giving it their all and, trying their best.
Yeah, now Payload about to make the checkpoint, but they are poised to go on and contest. It's going to be Hee giving his body for the play. They're not able to get the D-Mech quite yet as he is pocketed, but with the Orb of Discord, finally, they will get the D-Mech now. Crystal has to get that res as Rapid was able to get into the back line, but Unturned pressing forward with his D.Va. Milanlan laying down fire with that Pharah. It's going to be all MT1 on the kill feed as they force them back. They still need to clear off Rapid here, but with that kill onto Eric and Rapid, they're going to secure second.
How quickly Unturned was building up 0% there. Like, while sitting in the face of Hee and attacking him was insane. He got like 20% in, what, a second and a half?
Yeah, he was sitting there shooting Hee while he was discorded.
Yeah. Well, now Milanlan, I mean, sit close to Barrage, right? But Dizzy's going to be on Widowmaker, and Dizzy's going to have every opportunity to shoot him out of the sky. I don't really see Milanlan sticking to this much longer. Maybe have Unturned use a self-destruct, switch him to Roadhog, and then Milanlan go back to D.Va.
I want to see someone counter Widow. I want to see some Widow v Widow battles here.
I mean, we saw Crystal do it earlier with the Widowmaker on Horizon there, but yeah, Karis has fallen, of course. He needs to get that res, and that's great. They knew that Crapey was going to put himself into a vulnerable spot. That was a great Deadeye, but Karis, once again, he's the value res target coming out for them as Crystal is brought back into this. Crystal instantly turns around with a flick headshot onto Rapid, and Dizzy just has not been able to do anything on this Widowmaker.
Barrage comes through. Milanlan with 13 HP is going to survive. Gets himself the D-suit and the kill. And they're going to push back in. A minute 20 remaining in MT1. They have double support ultimate, whereas HQ, they're only going to have the Valkyrie. And Dizzy's still sitting on Widow. I don't know if I fully agree with it here. Maybe switch up to something a little bit more mobile, a little bit quicker to get back to the point. But here we go, probably the final engagement.
Another Deadeye for Crystal, but it's this time Dizzy. That's a sitting target there. Was able to take him out, but the res is back up for Crystal. As Pulse Bomb not quite connecting. It's all MT1, cleaning them up. With that, 56 seconds remaining for MT1 as they complete out King's Row.
Crystal just stalled though. Yeah, the 4 seconds is big.
Yeah. Crystal just looks way more comfortable on McCree than he does Tracer. Once he made that swap, that kind of just started steamrolling through point. But I can't say it enough, but I've never heard of Kyrus before, and I don't know if he's been a standout player for this team, but he has actually been dumpstering players left and right.
Yeah. So I talked about him the other day. So he doesn't normally play Lucio for the team. It's Creepy that played it when they were running Lucio Zem.
Yeah.
But like one of the 2 matches I saw out of AHQ that I looked at specifically before this tournament, he was playing Lucio on Ilios, and he got like I think 3 or 4 double loops. Jeez. I know he's definitely a good player.
Yeah.
Definitely a good player for the team, and I guess he hasn't had too much of an opportunity to stand out. But luckily, as this entire series has been going on,
he's been just right-clicking people left and right.
He's the Taiwanese boombox.
Good stuff here.
All right, now it's going to be AHQ's opportunity to attack. Nah.
I hope I get to see this come.
Yeah.
You guys can't see it, but I really hope I get to see this
I'm already salivating at this, and I hope it happens. You guys see why. They definitely have enough defense heroes at this point. The Hanzo, the Widowmaker, and the Bastion. Please do it. Please do it. I mean, there's still plenty of time for them to switch off. But here, you're finally getting to see the Genji that you wanted to see out of Crystal. I mean, I guess he had enough with a hit scan. Wants to go for a really flashy ending here on King's Row.
I think they're going to keep it.
Milanlan, what are you doing? Just Milanlan taunting outside the spawn door.
Not as fun. We'll get to see the double sniper, maybe? No. Nope. All right, these guys are boring.
Such spoil sports. Even Dizzy's fallen back to swap off. But Rapid, though, he's going to pick up the hog. So it's a triple tank setup coming out from the side of AHQ.
Well, M2 want to run and dive defense. And hopefully for them, they're going to be diving in, get the right focus down. That's going to be carries already dropped to Crystal. Rapid will turn 1 kill around, but as we know, Mercy's going to res him up. And Crystal already 70% on his blade. Ridiculous. This isn't the first Genji we've seen today, like Arhan.
8-0 yesterday for MVP space.
A lot of good Genjis in the tournament.
Yeah, that's why I was surprised. I heard a lot of people talk about Crystal's Genji. We know scrimming him. It was like super impressive. So I'm glad I pointed it out earlier today because everything he's played has been super solid.
Yeah, but he's got his blade ready. So now we'll see what the go trigger is. And there it is. They find out both support. The flashbang comes in from Dizzy, shutting down Crystal. His blade is gone. Pulse Bomb comes out. Now AHQ, they've got the man advantage. They're going to press forward.
Yeah, he's getting some nice damage done. PP's going to fall here. There should be HQ capping the point. He's going to pop his Transcendence for some reason. There's still 2 people there, but Deadeye coming through doesn't care about Transcendence. Dizzy gets an initial kill on direct pull. And a follow up on Amara Blue.
How did he even see him? He was behind the hog, the Mercy was. You just took the guess and got the headshot.
I think that flashbang is an example of the McCree play that I've talked about, where you got to make sure you're saving your flashbang for opportunities like that, where you can completely shut down blades, completely shut down tracers.
Unturned. Tries to make an exit there, but he's got out by Rapid. So that's going to stagger him just a little bit. But we know the payload moves a little bit slow there at the beginning, just getting out of the garage. But Rapid pushes up, trying to find any stragglers. But MT1 disciplined with their retreat, so no one gets caught out. Oh, as I say that.
Yeah, Red Bull's like, I need to get out of here ASAP.
Just saunters away casually as that Winston Rapid not throwing out the hook there. He's going to be able to make it back. There it is. That's why he holds on to that. As the chase came out, the whole hog is going to be used as the self-destruct. Comes out, connects Dizzy and Crepey down now. Milanlan even gets the D-Mech with that. It's all MT1 on the kill feed.
Rapid getting caught out because he's too far pushed up, and the rest of the team had to come support him, which gave MT1 the opportunity to use that like chaos of like, crap, we need to keep him alive, to land a nice self-destruct and then just get the fight they wanted. Really?
To sleep at the wheel.
I mean, he's farming ulti.
Is there a wheel in that? At the joystick.
So they have
Joysticks, asleep with the joysticks. Farah.
There's another blade coming out from Crystal, but he's got to be careful. He's not finding anything so far with these blades as Dizzy takes him out. There is the res coming out from Marblue. Crystal back into this fight. During all this time, though, no one's on the payload.
Self-destruct coming through. Malaman's about to have another one. Let's see if he wasn't really able to connect onto anything. Then it's going to be Malaman's thrown in. Red's going to come in, and Crystal to be able to get a kill onto Eric. Dizzy on the Farah, I mean, hasn't been bad so far. Just hasn't really connected on too many different targets. Will kill Crystal, will kill Unturned here. And they will, I think, look to get a little bit of progress, but Crystal, on that second life he did have, is doing some serious work.
Yeah, he's got another blade. He's got another blade. He's gonna go ahead, pop it. He finds one, he chases down the Mercy, gets the dash reset into the air, lost track of the Farah for just a second, but Malanlan is there to find the assist. Is he gonna get another one? Like, that would have been nuts if he just like farmed up like half of his off that Winston.
And he did pull an Arhan, most importantly.
Fly in the air.
Inside of Mercy.
I understand the pick of Farah here, because you can't really deal with it if you have a Tracer Genji, but hasn't really proved much, but as you say that, he gets a kill against Crystal there.
I feel like they haven't been able to get him out into this area to use the height. They've been stuck like in that archway. He's trying to go through window, but as we've seen, like Crystal's been there, or maybe like one of the tanks has been there to deal with them.
And Carries is just fragging out again. No big deal.
It's just normal carries.
Yeah, just carries doing carry stuff.
I think he's at a way better position now, though. They gotta hold this arch here and use the spam to kind of stop MT1 in their tracks. I think they'll be able to take a second here.
MT1's gonna have double support ultimate this time. Rekful as well to stall, and Crystal switch over to the Farah to maybe go head-to-head against Dizzy.
Yeah, but Zenyatta on the opposite end is gonna be DP taking out Rapid now. There we go. The barrage comes out from Dizzy, but it's largely eaten up by the defense matrix. Rapid is the recipient of the res. Trappy still working his way towards that Valkyrie to get the second one, but the pulse bomb, excuse me, it's the self-destruct that comes in, taking out Marblue, and now AHQ starting to come alive here on the street space.
Yeah, Marblue dying with Valkyrie up. Could have been a little bit of a different story. He was able to survive that one, AHQ, like you said. Able to finally come alive, able to capture, yep, okay, you have to go back and capture, there you go. Able to capture the second point. Have 2.5 minutes left to go, but MT1, I feel like, you know, Unturn, you pulse bomb this and you switch to Hog. Run triple tank. Be that giant threat.
Give us a Rhine. We haven't seen a Rhine in a while.
Yeah. I'm a little sad. I miss Rhine.
Even though we lost, we could at least give you guys a show. Some Rhine, a lot of Zarya, some fun stuff. Stuff you haven't seen in a while.
Yeah. You should have
It's
put
at least we
Metro,
can do.
Oh boy, Rekful. He made his dash in or his jump in and instantly he tried to make a 180 there, but you can only turn so much midair with that Winston. Resurrections come out. Pulse bomb's undone from both sides. It's going to be Eric taking out his counterpart as Rekful does fall once again, unturned on this Tracer though, just stalling out the point for as long as he can. There's 1 minute and 40 seconds left for AHQ.
Just read it into Dizzy's flashbang cooldown, I think. I mean, playing this close to the payload, you have to be very aware. Ooh. Just have the defense matrix from Malanlan.
Just live in the matrix.
Yeah. Crystal gets a kill. Crystal looking to charge with attack visor. Forces out the Transcendence out of carries though, so they're going to back around that corner. Maybe look for the re-engage. They still have the Valkyrie advantage. And Dizzy has a Deadeye too if they get too aggressive.
Oh, Crystal put so much work into getting there, instantly dislodged by the tank members of AHQ. Karis just playing this super safe in the back line. You know, he still has to build up another Transcendence, and he's doing it quickly. He's landing on these orbs. Nice flashbang with the Discord orb. Rekful will fall.
Yeah, well, less than a minute left to go. Dizzy Deadeye still remaining to be used, but isn't needed at this rate. And just body blocks the Mercy. Marblue's going to fall. And HQ have been building up some steam. They have the res out of Creepy with the Valkyrie, and Carries is looking for another Transcendence, already 80% built up.
Yeah, I can just hear Marblue there. Heroes never, I can't get through this door. But now they are going to be stalling on the side of MT1. Never mind. Dizzy connecting with that headshot onto Unturned. Here's the Deadeye. It's going to be a double Deadeye. Marblue is down. And this is looking a lot like how MT1 ended out this round.
Oh my lord, Dizzy. Can he close it out with one more? No, won't have an opportunity.
This is what I was talking about earlier, though. Like AHQ, like it's obviously not a lack of skill from some of these players. I mean, you're seeing Karius get these awesome right clicks all the time. You're seeing Dizzy pop off from the crate. You're seeing, I mean, everybody's had their moments with these individual plays. It's just they can't string it together as a team. But they end up capping here, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, they end up capping it there. No, that face palm is coming out. It's like, what's going on here, guys? What's going on? Yeah, so it's going to be AHQ with a second opportunity to attack now. And, you know, these situations where teams are in the overtime pushes, we see a lot of flub defenses. So we'll see if MT1, they have the discipline to just close this out, close this series out for a 4-0 victory.
Would look nice on the resume. Nice clean 4-0 to end their weekend.
Oh, to start their weekend.
Well,
yeah.
Start.
Well, I mean, we're going to see if they don't have a lot of time to do it, and trying to think about both attacks and how it went down. I think we did see that MT1 had much cleaner take first try. AHQ, you did it once. You can't toy with us twice.
I think the McCree both attacks there was the key to taking it. So we'll see McCree again on attack. And
so you could say it was the path to victory?
They're taking some shots. Maybe they stick with it. Okay, no, he is already swapped off. Why? Why do I even get my hopes up? No, Dizzy, though, might actually stick with this. He's already at 40%. You know, the Inversight could be really good for them to make their approach onto the point. We do have Rapid. He's taking the high ground here as they jump on in. He facing off against his Diva counterpart. He's getting some free damage off. Look, he's already at 50%. Gets the D-Mech. That's big.
Yeah, MT1, they're not going to be able to get the res onto him. Marblue almost built to as Valkyrie, though. It's actually quite far ahead of Crapey. Crapey's about to die. Milan will get rezzed up, and Crystal gets the reset kill onto Crapey, and they've been able to shut them down. 13 seconds left to go. They need to die now, and they're going to have to get lucky with the contest on Rapid, who's being chased into his own spawn.
There's someone on the point right now. And so we will get overtime. Unturned, challenging this Widow. He's got the help of Rexful there, and it's going to be Dizzy that receives that res from Crapey. Now they do have two members there. Unturned! Oh! Takes the second shot, but somehow stays alive here. As Crystal working his way towards the blade. Now self-destruct coming out from Milanlon. He's going to be able to get back into that mech. And now Unturned pushes forward. Crystal, again, just not able to do much with these blades, but still got the man advantage as he hasn't been rezzed yet into this.
Marbu's still alive, still fighting. He's not been plucked out of the sky by Dizzy, and the res is coming in from both sides now. Valkyrie used out of Crapey to get Eric and Rapid back up and running. But Unturned still hasn't been dealt with. He's still picking up kills. He's still doing some serious work.
I don't know how these Tracer players just keep track of each other so well there. Now 2 kills going over. Looks like AHQ might have just done it as 5 members are down on the side of MT1, and they will as we move into overtime.
It's now looking into the next push. Just using the Inversight to see where they are. Maybe they'll go back to spawn to change. Maybe if you get a pick here, that's all he's going to need to continue the progress and forcing that res already out of Marblue. So we're looking at, well, we can't give you a timer, but looking at about 25 seconds till that's back up. And Unturned's waiting for pull. Oh, if they're going to stay grouped up, he hits this pulse bomb.
Dizzy swapped off. He's on Doomfist now. Eric's also swapped onto the Roadhog. So
really anti-dive kind of comp here.
Anti-dive, front-loaded damage. Pulse bomb comes out. We'll look at the D-Mech onto Milanlon. Dizzy with the rocket punch takes Unturned out of the equation, but no. He's in the sights of that self-destruct. Still, though, AHQ are fighting back, and this is what I'm talking about. A lot of teams panicking once you get into these overtime pushing positions.
Don't tell me MT1 is going to let them fully push this. Marblue using the Valkyrie only gets Crystal alive, and I don't care how good you are, Crystal. 1v6 is not something any Genji can really pull off.
Rapid's got another pulse bomb.
Yeah, but Crystal has to claim this fight for his team here. They don't have any support ults for it. If he gets supported properly, there should be no reason to lose this fight here.
I feel like PP just ran in and got one boop and sent everyone off the payload, and that was it.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Seems like something that would happen.
Karis, though, trying to play gatekeeper with the Zenyatta, and why not? He's been going off, getting a lot of these initial frags in these team fights. We do have the dive coming out from MT1. Crystal still holding on to this, but the sound barrier is out. They're going to double down with the blade. Now he gets the first kill, and it's going to be onto Cravey. That's huge. Self-destruct, though, will zone him out. Meteor Strike also trying to keep the members of MT1 at bay as Eric pushes forward. That whole hog gets only 1 kill. He does get the DMAC though, but still now it's going to be up to Dizzy to try to keep this point alive for his team. Primal Rage now being used by Reckwell. It's going to be unturned with the hook kill onto Dizzy.
They're just leaving 1 man there so they can just farm him, turn this into a TDM. There they go. Closing off rapid. Transcendence is going to be quick enough for carries to get them back to the point. MT1 now know the goal that they have to push past. To be fair, that's pretty far to AHQ.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Is this where you go for the Pentatank now?
You got to pull something out.
Yeah.
We want to see something. We want to see something unique, something they're not going to expect. Push it all the way.
They never expect a Symmetra. No one ever expects a surprise Symmetra.
Offensive Symmetra.
I don't think it's going to happen, though.
Yeah.
Probably see another McCree coming out of him. Maybe the Pharah. I don't think the Pharah had much success. I expect Crystal and McCree, and then probably go back to what they do. McCree Tracer. Maybe a Hog.
Possibly.
Give me the lineup without looking at the screen. I mean, without turning
without
around.
the screen.
What's the lineup MT1's running?
Triple Tank McCree.
Not even close.
Not even close.
Not even. They're obviously going for the attack Torbjorn and May.
Yes.
That they're currently sitting on. No way they're. Watch him do that and still full push, like and win the map.
Like I said, with this series, it wouldn't surprise me. I was close, right?
Space Dragon. I don't know why I sounded like I had a retainer in there at that point, but yeah. The Space Dragon composition, triple tank coming out for the side of MT1. It's Malonlon this time.
You said triple tank.
I said triple tank.
Yeah.
I was close.
Was it triple tank McCree?
They're in Hanzo.
No, but you said McCree or?
I said McCree.
Okay. He's like basically a McCree, you know, with arrows instead of bullets.
How do they kill anyone on the side of AHQ here in this triple tank setup?
It's a lot of based on hooks and getting your Zarya high charge and maybe a random headshot from my turns.
So how does AHQ kill anyone?
AHQ. I mean, you look for discords on maybe their backline. Look up for setup executes with their Winston and their Diva. It's about the only thing I can see here because they have such a tanky composition.
Well, turn already 57% on his Dragon Strike built up. Able to do some decent damage, and AHQ have to be careful. The D-suits happen. Unturn gets the kill, looking for a second.
Oh, full bomb there.
Because
we have the Battle Mercy coming out. Wreckful just destroying the tank line all by himself. The kills came so fast and heavy. Crystal wasn't able to do anything. He's only got 40% charge. I mean, unturned, he could just throw a dragon and build up another one at this point.
Yeah, calm down, Unturned. You've got so many kills already. Leave some kills for other people on the team. I'm sure they want some. But what? They're not even going to have a Space Dragon anytime soon because Crystal's only 50% on his grav. Dizzy switching to Pharah, but we have seen Unturned be able to deal with Pharah quite easily in the air. We'll see how it goes with 20 seconds remaining. AHQ don't have like that big ultimate to just win it. They don't have like the May Blizzard. They don't have the Graviton. They're hoping for a Primal Rage, but no one's even close to an ultimate except the supports.
Going on to this dive, almost taking out Marble, who's dropped down to 1 HP, and he will ultimately fall. But still, the payload is getting moved right now. They are contesting it. They're going to try and go for the back line, and you know what? You called it, McGravy. Just get the Discord targets out there and hunt them down. Dizzy takes out Reckwell. They are starting to lose bodies on the point as we are in overtime here in Kings Row.
Oh, Crystal almost had a Graviton, forces out the Dragon Strike. It gets eaten. No, it doesn't get eaten. It gets on top of the payload, but AHQ have held it.
That took him out.
There you go. MT1 dropping a map to HQ.
Yeah, I think you see why nobody really runs that Hanzo triple tank anymore. If you don't have that grab and that Dragon Strike kind of timed up together, it's kind of awkward. You don't know whether to use it, whether to wait. You kind of sit there and you don't really do anything with it.
You know what this means, though? I'm just going to brush over the map or the match really quickly because now it means we get to go into our group draw. And that's what I've been waiting for. So we get to see with Runaway here, with MY here. I haven't seen anyone at GC Busan off the top of my head. But I'm sure they're here, obviously. They're probably sitting somewhere in the crowd. And then 1, 2, 4, 6. Get to see them all sit there and also get to, most importantly, look at Blink the entire time as teams get to pick and choose who they want. Because I want to see the look of dread in RQG's face.
Who do you think goes first as for picks?
Well, so it'll be a random draw. We'll get to explain that in a little bit, but I'm gonna put my foot out there as 1, 2, 4, 6 because I think that's the only way they get through to the semifinals if they get first choice.
Yep.
Maybe too harsh on the boys.
Maybe.
All right, so the competitors, speaking of good sports, handshakes all around. MT1 walk away third out of Group B here.
They got a W. They can walk out their heads held high. Finish strong. Unlike us.
Thank you.
Unlike us.
Now I don't have to look like the bad guy because I totally wanted to say that. But yeah, so we got to see some interesting things. I think the top 2 teams that moved through out of all the groups were the teams. Okay, now I'm going to feel definitely bad that we expected to move out of groups.
I mean, that's fair to say.
I mean, I didn't say you guys were bad or anything, but you guys definitely had the toughest group out of both. Blank definitely got the luck of the draw on that one.
Unlucky.
Still love you, man. Still love you.
Yeah, so our 4 teams moving on to the playoffs. Flash Wolves, MVP Space, Afrika Freaks, and Blank.
It's just so weird, like Flash Wolves, MVP Space, Afrika Freaks, and then Blank. Like, I'm not saying there's that big of, there's a big skill gap between the 4, but I think it's pretty obvious that Blank is like guaranteed to be the first choice. So they're definitely at the mercy of the draw and whoever gets that first pick. I mean, are you guys disagreeing? I know it's like really harsh, but are you disagreeing with it?
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you. I just feel bad. Aussie's a cool dude.
Oh,